Hi Virgo, what is happening? Happy day. Oh, happy day. Okay, this is your mid-month reading for January 2021. I didn't do a full month reading because I did in the beginning of January, the 2021 overview. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, it is on my channel. It's kind of a big picture reading of what I channeled in for, what kind of energies came through kind of as an overview for the year. Always interesting to see how we align ourselves and what's coming through. So this reading is for specifically mid-January to the end of January. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't try to shoehorn yourself in every reading. Generally, I find a message in most readings, even if they aren't mine. So let's see where we go with this. Lots of energetic shifts and changes. We've got so much. We have Jupiter squaring Uranus. We have Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. We have Saturn is going to conjunct Uranus. Wow. So just lots of shifts and changes going on. And over the course of the next, I would say 4 to 6 weeks, things are going to seem a little uncertain, unpredictable. Just stay grounded. Keep your wits about you. You know, just operate from your heart. Really get grounded in your heart-centered space. Stay in that energy. Work to bring that brain and heart coherence together so that you are really just operating from a space of wholeness. Meditate. Do the things necessary to keep yourself focusing on where you're headed and not where you've been. Okay? So let's see where we go with this, Virgo. January 2021. Transformation is beautiful. Dream the world into being, yes. And take time out. All right, so this is about really using the time that you have right now while you're going through this transitional space to just dial it back, to just really take a moment to focus on, you know, taking care of yourself and dream the world into being. And this is, if you are familiar with doing meditations where you're really focusing on the future and not the past, you're developing a relationship to the energy of that dream, that future fulfilled. And you're not focusing on the lower vibrations of the energetic frequencies that have continued to perpetuate themselves in your life that has kept you in a particular cycle that has actually interfered with you manifesting what it is that you want. So this is all about really leaning into the transformation and really seeing the bigger picture of what you want to create for yourself, developing a relationship to that newer version of who you're becoming, and really taking the time that you need to just step back from the world and, you know, maybe not spend so much time in the old ways of being and your patterns and your habits and your life and the way that your life has gone up until this point, because it's really you evolving into a new version of yourself. Transformation station. Okay? So leaning into that energy is really key to dreaming into the world of who you see yourself being. So let's see what's on the horizon for the Tarot. January 2021 Virgo. Temperance energy right there. Knight of Cups, Wheel, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, Devil energy right there, Chariot, Page of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 3 of Cups, 10 of Swords. Okay. You're really bringing some things together right now. You're on this precipice of change. You're really at the point where you are transforming. You are at you're alchemically shifting your destiny forward, and you're moving in a direction where you're going to conserve your energy, take time out to really focus on some self-defeating mindsets. I'm seeing 5 of Swords, Devil, 8 of Swords, 10 of Wands. Because those mindsets are actually interfering in your ability to actually manifest going forward the new state of being that you're evolving into. So by really taking a moment to conserve your energy, to pull yourself back, and to really allow for your alchemy to come together, to really ground yourself in a space of love, and look at whatever self-defeating, karmic ties and cycles that you've been engaging in, devil energy right there, will help you move forward to learn some new things about how these particular ways of being have caused you unnecessary baggage, unnecessary stress, and that's done with. You're done with that. You're done with no longer focusing on energetic frequencies that aren't in alignment with your best and highest good. So anything from, energies around how you spend your money, how you have relationships, what kind of things you indulge yourself in, maybe too much wine, too much sugar, whatever it is you're seeing. Maybe you have an affinity to, buying unnecessary things, and then your house piles up with unnecessary stuff. This is about really recognizing the self-defeating behavior that keeps you, that sits in your space, that's just a load of baggage. 10 of Wands, just burdens. It burdens you, and it keeps you from actually celebrating your joy. It causes you more stress than it brings you good. So this is the transformative energy of you pulling back, recognizing the self-defeating behavior and interrupting that mindset. Seeing the bigger picture and working on interrupting that mindset is what's going to ground you in some tangible energy that's going to move you forward, and really seeing the truth about decisions that you need to make about how to corral energy that's kind of explosive, reactionary, impulsive, so that you really can ground yourself clearly in what is really grounded, tangible self-care. Really seeing how to work out being confident in your own authority of your own life is what's necessary here. That's what's blocking you. You can't see what your options are to really work things out because you're stuck in the trench of this frequency. So it's going to be really important that you continue to alchemically bring things together and let go of things that no longer serve you, that you're done with. So 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. So there's something here about a cycle that's ending. You're learning some new things. So you're in the space of transformation. You're actually in that energy. But you can't really see, you're not able to see right now how to really step into your leadership and work your life out in a way that makes sense for you. You're kind of, because you're in it, you can't really see the forest from the trees. So that's why I think it's going to be important that you take some time to really step back and conserve your energy so that you can really look at these self-defeating mindset, karmic frequencies, karmic energy, low vibration, whatever addictive patterns that you see in your life, however that shows up, however that manifests, whether it manifests in an actual physical addiction to a physical substance or like an addiction to shopping, food, whatever. This is you really looking at whatever self-defeating behaviors interfere with your ability to actually manifest. So taking the time to actually do some self-reflection is what's necessary, but it's also blocking you. So because you don't know where you're headed, you don't know how to work this out. So taking the time to do the work is what's necessary here. So messages from your higher self. 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords, King of Pentacles. Okay, lots of stuff around mindset. 10 of Swords, 8, 9, 10. So we're working through it. You're getting through it. So you got the 3 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Interrupting mindsets related to third-party energy. So this doesn't necessarily have to mean a third-party relationship. It's really about whatever energy gets in the space that interferes in your relationship to yourself. What is interfering in your ability to have wholeness internally? That's what the work is here. This is all about getting grounded and doing the self-care that's necessary for you to actually then move forward in a way that is balanced and alchemically in alignment with who you're becoming. Queen of Wands, Hierophant, 9 of Wands, King of Wands. Okay, bringing the internal you together, bridging the gap between your masculine, feminine energies and committing to working through whatever you've made up that has been wounding to you, that has caused in your mind you to be a certain way. So really doing the work and committing to, really looking at how to, spiritually evolve from this, how to really commit to looking at what has been in the space, when people say, well, why are you this way? Well, you have the wherewithal now to evolve out of that space. Something that happened when you were younger, something that happened years ago is no longer happening now. And so what's happening now is that you're developing a relationship, an internal relationship with yourself, to commit to really working through and moving forward whatever energy or whatever experiences you've made up that have been difficult for you to face certain things in your life. So this is about you really interrupting that mindset, working through that, and bringing yourself together in a very balanced way. Committing to do that work and committing to move on from that is what is actually transforming you. So that's lovely. Good for you, Virgo. So as we're navigating through the rest of this month and we have these shifts and changes in the frequencies of the energy going around us, it's going to be really important that you really take a step back and you really spend some time doing some work on recognizing what has been self-defeating, what particular mindset interferes in your ability to really cultivate this wholeness, this internal wholeness. All right, let's see. Time to go forward. There's a change in the wind, yes. And it's a gift. This is a gift. So as uncomfortable as changes, as uncomfortable as shifting your mindset and moving forward can be, it's actually a gift. The ability to actually do this is so powerful in the evolution of who you're being and who you're growing into being. As we're all kind of going through this, I think to myself at times when I'm really working on moving out of stuff that I find myself getting into that no longer serves me, and I start to actually do the work, the work to change certain thinking habits and patterns that I have, I think this is so uncomfortable. This can be it's really uncomfortable. It can be very confronting. And that is what is challenging for people when change is upon us. It's hard for people to change when they're not comfortable. And that's why people don't, because their neural circuitry is so used to responding to their external stimuli that it's just easier. The brain talks you out of it. So this is really you overcoming those voices. This is you overcoming those self-defeating behaviors so that you can powerfully step into becoming, okay? So that is just lovely. I see that in all the readings. We're kind of all going through that, and it's important that you stay grounded in your heart-centered space, because what's coming together is this internal coherence an internal brain and heart coherence, an internal relationship between the parts of yourself that have been disconnected so that you can experience wholeness. And when you're in that space, you're just emanating joy. All right, Virgo, have a good rest of the month. I hope there was a message in this reading for you. If you like the content I am creating, please do like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you again very soon.